Alright. They just bathe in their wages of blood.
Let us begin. A breath of respite.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I just need this. A breath of respite. Okay.
There's no point worrying about such things now. Back to my calculations. You, meanwhile, should go and rest as your friend suggested. My wife and the Exarch should be in the tavern. Why don't you join them? Oh, and little... Thank you.
You're welcome, bud.
The Exarch? He went outside a moment ago, my dear. I thought you would have seen him.
Had a little coughing fit there, sorry.
He kept me company for a short while, but then he came over rather pale. He's clearly been training himself, the poor thing. He excused himself, saying that he needed a breath of fresh air, weak as he looked. I did offer to go with him, but he assured me he would be fine. I do hope he is alright.
Is lost in the flare, proud angels bathing on their wages of blood. Oh, I need to restart this page. Do 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 do. Be good if I actually, you know, had my stream pulled up where I needed it. Alright.
The Exarch does not appear to be anywhere nearby.
I know where he is. Well, Mr. Shoebill, how you doing, buddy? Let's see, we have 9 quests that we're doing today. And then 5 to finish off everything else tomorrow, the Friday. Mr. Exarch.
The
Hey, buddy.
future is where my destiny awaits. Forgive me, I was lost in a dream. I needed some fresh air and thought to rest for a moment. It would seem I am more fatigued than I realized.
Oh, really? Poor buddy boy.
Too much time away from the tower, I fear. It drains me, leaves my body frail and weak. Though, in truth, it is debatable whether I can still call this my body. When first I turned my mind towards the salvation of the world, I came to the conclusion that it would take many long years, many more than remain to me. And so I made myself one with the Crystal Tower, that I might live indefinitely. I am but an extension of it now, hence my weakness the farther I travel and the longer I am away. It has been quite a journey. But thanks to you, the end is in sight. My wish will finally be fulfilled. How goes the construction effort?
Good. You know, people are building, making a big, giant stone robot.
Then this may be the last moment we have to ourselves for a while. Come, sit with me.
I hope you guys know that if I was given the ability to make my character's arm made of crystal like his is right now, I would 100% do that. I love the
Tell
first
me,
so much.
when all of this is over, what will you do?
Settle matters with the Empire.
Ah, yes. Even should we succeed in forestalling the 8th umbral calamity, the specter of war will remain. But to declare your intent with such easy resolve, you truly are a hero's hero, my friend. But whatever it is you decide to do, I have every confidence that you will do well. For you have the strength to forge your own path. You will leave countless lives better than you found them, and the souls you touch will never forget your kindness. Then, in trying times, when you question your worth and your choices, they will raise their voices to remind you of the difference you have made. And thus will your deeds come to affirm your path. Remember this.
What will you do when this is over?
When this is over, indeed. I once told you that there are things we can ill afford to lose. Things, I said, though in truth I spoke of a person. One who is unaware of the full extent of my plans. Though she deserves to know, I have good reason to keep my counsel. I have come to terms with this in my mind, yet my heart yearns to lay everything bare. For she is my inspiration, and I would give much and more for the chance to speak with her as friends, with no thought of concealment. Should she indulge me with her tales, I would regale her with my own, about my efforts in Northrend, perhaps. Though, ultimately, that tale is more yours than it is mine. Then, I would ask her about her next adventure. And if she should wish me to be a part of it, oh, how happy it would make me. Together we would travel the lands and cross the seas and take to the skies upon the eternal wind. My heart swells simply to imagine it. But all of this is contingent upon our victory in the coming battle. The people of this world have entrusted their hopes to us. We cannot fail them. Nor those who roused me from my slumber. Thank you for your company, my friend. Let us return to Amity.
I haven't even touched the right side of the map. So, I got Hallie up to 75. My goal is to get it to 79. Like, basically where I am right now in Warriors, where I want it to be. Maybe early 79. Because I have 5 role quests for Shadowbringers. And then the level 60 to 70 stuff for Stormblood. So, hopefully, that works out. Mainly because it's going to take me a little bit longer to get to, what's it called? To the end of my relic weapon. Because I'm on the step where you need to get the crystals and the ether sand. And that's a lot of poetics and moonstones and all those other things that I need. So, that'll be fun.
Worry not, my friend. I am much relieved for the fresh air. And your fine company, of course. Now then, let us turn our thoughts back to the task at hand.
Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace in the Source. Post-MSQ should also only take us about 5 streams, depending on how well I go about it all. Oh. Don't you dare.
Your Radiance, I have taken the liberty of quashing the vile
Rumors
that your heir is possessed by a devil.
with the nation in the grip of war, we may rely on patriotic zeal to prevent them from resurfacing.
And what of Emmett Selk? He has taken himself to the first to usher that world into its end. Or so I believe. He did not disclose the details of his mission, having ever preferred to work alone. Even to those who have known him since the beginning, his actions can prove unpredictable.
I am no stranger to his ways. He joys in playing me for a fool. Full many times I have been convinced I was acting on my own volition, only to discover all was as he willed it.
My dear grandfather. On the subject of our esteemed colleague, his last report, though brief, did contain one item of interest. You've doubtless wondered why the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have not taken to the field of late. It is because they are no longer in the Source. The heroes of the Scions has journeyed to the First, as have her comrades, albeit incompletely. Their bodies yet remain here in the Source. This presents an opportunity. If we can defeat the Alliance prior to the Scions' return, we may eliminate their order in a stroke. And with the Scions gone, none shall remain to thwart our plans. It will be but a matter of striking down the hero upon her homecoming. Which, lest you forget, is essential to the realization of our objective, of both of our objectives. Through Hydaelyn's meddling, Her champion threatens to wrest the reins from fate from our grasp. The world is at risk of being dragged down the false path. One which will never see man reclaim his true form. 'Tis unthinkable that he should supplant us, incomplete as he is. Such devolution is abhorrent, and must be stopped before it is too late. The hour has come, your radiance. Order your armies to march at once, crush all who stand in your way. This is your heart's desire, is it not? To seize victory that is yours and yours alone, for the future of Garlemald?
Him not having eyebrows is concerning.
Oh dear. You do not wear the mummers motley well. I was never one to take interest in tedious conflicts. The whereabouts of my one true friend, however, they interest me greatly. I but hope the beast of the first are providing her proper sport. I would know every detail, Lord Xenos. Or would you rather I called you Elidibus? An unexpected. Most unexpected. That immortality should be within the reach of one with a borrowed echo. You have outdone yourself, Xenos ye Galvus. I have no particular attachment to that name, but I am rather fond of that body. Without it, I cannot enjoy my hunt to the fullest. Your secrets, or my flesh. I care not what you give me first, the choice is yours. Right, so, while the two of you were away, I received word that everything is in place, meaning we can proceed with awakening the Talos. Once we imbue the magic, it will stir itself and immediately carry out its designed function, namely, taking Mount Gulg in its grasp. Isil, we may be certain that Valtteri will not look on in idleness as we beat a path into his front door. Once our plan is set to motion, there will be no turning back. So, see to your preparations as meticulously as you may, and I will give the order to proceed as soon as you are ready. Give the word and I will relay the order to awake the Talos. Engage. Very well, let us begin. Their wages are blood. My favorite dungeon of the expansion is in our grasp.
Word from the Exarch. All is set on his side. and we may proceed when ready.
Well, we have sufficient stone for our needs.
Likewise, preparations for the imbuing have been made according to thine exacting instructions.
Then you need only say the word.
Let us begin. See that everyone is in position. We shall catch Vorthri, mountain and all.
Pardon me.
But we are ready to get the biggest reveal of the expansion very soon.
Here it comes!
Dun, 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 dun. This is such a cool scene. And the music, oh, they really hit it out of the park for Stormblood to end Walker with music. No, I do love the East Shrouds music as well. Weird, complete, like, note about that. East Shroud has one of my favorite, like, songs.
Yes, yes! You've not lost your touch, you clever old bugger! Do you see what they're doing? If its hands are damaged, it won't be able to cling to the mountain. Oh, I knew this was a terrible idea.
Vorthri marshals the Eaters to his defense. This was only to be expected. We must try and draw as many of them down to the ground as possible. It may not be enough, but we have no other choice. Is that?
Such a heartless thing, our sapling is cold and cruel and heartless! Summon us in times of need, we expressly said, yet what should we find but the final battle joined without so much as a whisper of our name? Yes, we may also have said that we Fae folk have no interest in the struggles of men. But if our adorable sapling had come crying to us for help, we would of course have flown to her aid. Of course we would. What are we to do with her?
I love Faeul so much.
We are so very, very sad. You will play with us. Cheer us up again!
I think they're mad at me. Thank you, Fail.
This I did not expect, but I will gladly accept their help. I will send word to Hydaelyn and the others. Join them at the foot of Mount Gulg and be ready to make the ascent.
Bow, 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 bow.
Diddly-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Like, over the past 30 minutes, we've basically just been in a cutscene this entire time. Bow, 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 bow. Doodle-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. What's everyone up to right now?
Oh, see a rock.
Bow, bow. Stuck. Don't fit. Da, 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 da. Warrior again. So many warriors today.
Everyone is here. Good. Talos has taken hold of the mountain as planned. We will use its body as a bridge to reach Vothri's sanctuary. The Sin Eaters will make us work for every Yalm, of course. But we can carve a path through their ranks and meet with their master regardless. For the first. Mount Gulg now accessible.
Item level 420 is where the sink is, but you need an average of 390. You know what? While we are waiting, why not? Let's go and finish this task here. Ba, ba, ba. Do 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 do. Never mind, screw me. Never mind, screw me in that sense. I'm not getting the dungeon that time. Frick. These people really don't want to do Mount Gulg, huh? It's a good dungeon, though. Ilma.
A mole.
I still don't know actually if I want to be Pally, if I want to be Gunbreaker. It's like still just like a thing in the back of my mind. It's like I am enjoying Pally, but like, you know, Gunbreaker is really cool.
I'm glad that's over. How am I supposed to concentrate on my work with all these creatures disturbing me? You certainly know how to handle yourself, though. That fiend never stood a chance. But I dread to think what would have happened if you hadn't shown up. Hopefully, nothing else will try to get between me and my dream. Many thanks, my friend.
I'm considering just putting them on like a randomized wheel. Just being like, what am I playing? Because like with Pally, I would be cover art, but also, you know, Gunbreaker. Kind of cool.
Have you seen a charm like this before? I found it among the stones brought from the mine. A lot of the workers wear these for good luck. I expect whoever lost it is wondering where it went. It's the first time I've seen one made from a cat's eye, so the owner shouldn't be hard to track down. I'd go looking for them myself, but I've got too much to do here. Would you be able to go in my place? The graveyard keeper is quite knowledgeable about charms and whatnot, so it might be worth asking him. What's that you have there?
Pardon me. Oh, we got it finally.
So
Let's give ourselves this.
You will not defile my new paradise.
I'm gonna heal myself up. So, White Mage Reaper Mechanist. Let's see if anyone has adventure plates. Okay, you're a pally main. You don't have one. You're I don't understand how people can have Omni and not an adventure plate. That is such a nice scythe, even though it's just a basic one. I love that it's doid. That's like such a nice color for a scythe. Holy crap. And fun fact, I do this dungeon basically once a week at this point. Once or twice a week. It depends, really. So I know how to run it really easily. I just want a few of these to die out before I go to the next pull. Ba 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 da da. Open. Thank you. Yeah, one of his fingies. Ooh, I think I'll hit 80 in this dungeon. Which will be very good for you, boy. Because... Hehe, level 80. I like to be close and personal with the monsters I'm fighting. Elysium. Is it Elysium or... Oh no, it's Asylum. For some reason I thought it was Elysium. Da, 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 da. Ba, 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 ba. It's fine. Give everyone a little bit of a kickstart with some shake it off. You know, it honestly, with us being this close to finishing Endwalker, us this close to finishing Shadowbringers, and basically nearing the start of Endwalker, I'm gonna have to start thinking on what I actually want to be my job for dawntrail. Because that's still very hard for me to think of at the moment. I don't know. I have like too many jobs that I really cannot decide what I want to be. Do I want to be a healer? Do I want to be a DPS? Like, do I want to go down the route of being a Pictomancer? Do I want to stay as a tank? If I do go as a tank, what tank do I want to be? What healer do I want to be if I do become a healer? Like, all these things. Too many questions. My little scared brain does not know what to do.
Scurrying about my domain like insects! I will not suffer it!
The warrior really is my favorite job, so I feel like that should very much so play a part into what I want to do. I mean, out of all the jobs I've gotten up to 90, it's my favorite. Even including Sage, surprisingly. And Sage is like my baby. I don't know, warrior just really grew on me very fast. It was a little hard to decide. Maybe Paladin will be my favorite. Maybe Gunbreaker will be my favorite. Maybe there's a DPS out there that'll be my favorite. Who knows? I do know in confidence levels, though, I am most confident on Sage. But on enjoyment levels, I now absolutely love being a tank. I don't know how I'll feel about it on raids.
Come no closer, filthy creature!
But that will be figured out. The only thing I don't like about Paladin at the moment is how many buttons I have to hit. Like, the only reason I'm really considering going down the Gunbreaker path. Can I stun this? You cannot stun it. Noted. Game, please can I have something tank related? Bum bum bum. Ba da ba ba. Ah. Is that a machinist thing that gives you tactician? Interesting. do this just in case. Hello, Claire. How are you doing today? Everyone take a little bit of that. Yee, let's go. Trial's gonna, yeah, I'm gonna wanna heal it that I trust in the trial, which means I don't fully remember how the trial goes.
Can't you do anything by yourselves?
Says the guy who's hiding behind a wall of sin eaters. Alright, game, please let me go forward. Oh. Like regular or EX? You're at 8 volts. That's the whole fight. Jeez, us. How long did it take you to complete the trial then? Oh. Only I was a darkman. Let's pop that onto them all. It was like 30 minutes. Once you got to phase 2, it was easier. Those meteors that you have to soak. So you can soak one. Ooh. What job did you run it as? I'm assuming a tank? Warrior? Okay, yeah. Warrior, best tank. It's still it's probably still gonna be my favorite job, no matter what, honestly.
Very well. If you will not be discouraged.
Let me, ooh. Orb. Paladin would have been easier. Oh, because of the heals, right? For some reason, in my mind, I was gonna say, I feel like Invuln is so much better on Paladin. Yeah. Paladin does have the best Invuln out of them all, probably. But I feel like just Invuln to damage and self-healing ratio, it's maybe Warrior. But Pally's probably the better bet when doing solo content because you also have the best Invuln and a really good amount of self-heal. Take any damage, yeah. Forgive an obscenity. Consort of sin. The shield block is good too. Yeah. Like, as I've been leveling it up on both this character and my personal, I've been really enjoying it, which is why I wanted to go through, Endwalker with it, but also I kind of wanted my relic. Overall because of the shield armor. Oh, true.
Stop them, damn you! I don't care what it takes!
Let's face you back north, or I guess south. I have something in my eye. This is like the worst time to have something make me go half blind. Oh, I popped that at the worst time. Right when you yup. Oh, Maester. It's like trying to summon Bahamut on this fight, and then she just vanishes. Like, alright, well, I got this dragon with me now. Listen, Summoner, yes, just because for Wondrous Tales. Yeah, Summoner is a godsend. Didn't want to bother with the party. Valid. Level 80. Wham, 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 wham. The first pull was insane. You nearly died. Yikes. Hold the first bomb. Yep. Da, da, da. Give it to you. Ah, is this better though? Barely.
The end is near, my friends. We have found Vorthri's hiding place.
Unrepentant villains! Will you not be satisfied until you have brought disaster down upon your own heads?
I have not done the late. I have my Mandervillius Newlets, but I haven't done the story yet.
Had you only entrusted fate to me, there would have been peace for all. You You could have lived bliss in my eternal paradise, free from the burdens of conscience and purpose.
Peace assumes many forms, and I do not doubt that you considered yours well worth the cost.
I wasn't
even
expecting
prepared
one to
believe
pop
that
there
the end
either.
might justify the means. Ignorant as
But
I
I'm
was,
actually kind of happy. It was
I had hoped
interesting.
that you might mend your ways and join hands with us.
I don't know
That we might
what
strive together for the happiness of all.
end Manderville weapon I
But
like
no
the
more.
most.
Your actions
The
cannot
benefit
be
of not looking at
reconciled
passions?
with your
Yeah.
words. Peace for all, you say? Yet when you were threatened, your first act was to sacrifice your own people in order to save yourself. If your paradise can be rebuilt so long as you alone survive, it exists not for the people. It exists solely for your
You
twisted
have White Mage
pleasure.
and Paladin already? Ooh, nice. How does the Pally
Hear me,
one look?
Vorthri. The people won't submit to your will, for we each have our own.
I've seen Dark Knight, and I like the Dark
made a
Knight
promise
one.
to a noble soul, a woman who saw fit to entrust me with her
Pardon me.
legacy, and I mean to keep it.
I like the Warrior. That one's pretty dope.
Everyone who stands with us has something precious, something that they cherish and would die to protect.
I'm trying to remember the other ones that I know of. The Monk
They know
looks
their
really
own
cool.
hearts. They know what they want for
And that's
this
all
world.
that's like really popping into my mind of what I remember. Or what I've seen.
And by lending their strength to our cause, they have spoken.
If I can do it.
No matter how hard you may try to bend the world to your will,
fair.
we will never yield.
Silence! Not another word!
Fair.
To lecture me, insolent worms. You will learn your place. With my true powers awakened, I will expunge you like the filth you are. Your demise will serve as a reminder to all that I am the zenith of mankind and sin eater both, chosen to rule over creation by right of transcendence. My very existence is virtuous. I am perfect, immaculate.
He seems disinclined to
I am
grant us an
righteousness.
Find Vorthri. We will
God, I
hold
love
the Eaters here.
Valkyrie so much. His entire personality is such scum, but
let's
that's why
finish
he's
this.
such a good villain. Everything about him horrible, but God, I love his existence in this. Wow. Crown of the Immaculate. I am righteousness. His V8 nailed it. Absolutely. Oh, I can just put my stuff on over here. Fantastic. You'll be the OT? Awesome. Boing. Boing. Ah, fair. I always kind of forget that, so I never really, like, check to see if I can, reapply my glam. Do 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 boo do boo do boo boo do boo 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 do boo do boo boo do boo boo do boo 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 do boo do. Look, it's the place and the thing, and his seat of godhood. Oh, you know what? While I'm actually waiting for this, let me... Where was I? Was I in the twine? Watch, the moment I teleport here, it's gonna pop. What I got to do in Dominable Fate against the now. Ooh. How'd that go?
What's that you have there?
It's cat eye.
Oh yes, cat's eye charm. Like this, cat eye charms like this were once used to ward off misfortune. The tradition began when the Church of the First Light, and Gem represents their patron deity. Even though no one follows that old religion anymore, some of its customs remain, especially, among some minors.
Ah, you got the fly. Sitting on 10 the currency forever, you needed 12. Ooh.
You don't see many this exquisite though. It seems to remember the fellow with an eye patch. I seem to remember the fellow with an eye patch kept a similar charm around his neck. It might have even been the exact same one. Never caught his name, but he's not hard to miss. Last I saw of him, he was leaving to mine near his leavings with some of the others.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, I love that mount so much. It's just so dorky. I didn't listen to the music, though, of it, which I need to do tonight. Pop one of those. Bow, bow, just basically that music, nothing special. Oh, okay.
Oh, I didn't notice you there. What do you want?
Cat charm?
Where did you get this? I haven't seen it in years. Gods, how could I have been so careless? This was all my sister left behind before she... Look, I'd rather not talk about it, but I appreciate... I appreciate you bringing this back to me. It means a lot.
You're welcome, senor. Ah. Wait. The seat covers always concern me. Not concern me, but it's like the thing that I'm always like iffy about. When it comes to the gear. Oh, you know what? Can you bring me back to town? I need to fix my stuff. Back to twine if possible, please. I got over my savage phobia for a little bit. I did E4S for this. Unsynced, of course. Oh, absolutely. No need to do something synced if you can do it unsynced. Thank you very much. I fixed that, right? Yeah, okay, that works. Repair my gear, please. Thank you, ma'am. Do I have anything else? I have one more I have to do in here. Was a fun fight to learn. Ooh, that's good. I feel like learning the fight is more enjoyable than doing it at times. But the satisfaction of beating it is, like, unmatched. I was actually surprised I learned it fast. By the second run, I was basically carrying the group. Damn.
Oh, my poor friends, left to be eaten by horrid beasts. I feel terribly about running away. But what choice did I have? No point in us all being killed, now is there? Finding someone to go and retrieve the bodies, finding someone to go in and retrieve the bodies, rescue them, would absolve me of the blame, yes? If you could go to the ruins of Kelk to look for 2 moored scavengers, I would be very grateful.
2 moored bodies, you say? You're a little shit disturber, ain't ya, buddy? What's your name? Quick-witted scavenger? I guess you don't have a name. A title. I believe that would be my last one here. And then I have 3 in Calusia that I need to work on. Bam, 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 bam.
Oh, look at it!
Pretty dragon. Boing. Boing. Whoa. Oh, it looks so good. I love that they turn purple. That's like the best thing about these. Oh, I just realized I got Inner Chaos. Bam, 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 ba-dam, ba-dam, ba-dam. Wait till 2 dies so I can glam both purple and blue highlights to match the glow. God, yes. 2 dies are gonna be game changers. I'm so excited.
I am alive? Can it be true? But it is too early to celebrate. The youngest of our group is still missing. Please, you must find him. I will wait for you outside the ruin in case you need help carrying whatever's left of the poor boy.
Ooh. Nice top. Where do you get that top from? Is that one of the raid tops? Oh, go away, Gigantotender. Oh, yeah. Pretty fire shirt. It's from the newest alley raid. Oh, yeah. I've barely ran it. I should probably run it so I can get better gear. But your boy is a little lazy for that at times. Because the item level is bad. True.
Ooh, does that count as a near-death experience? I cannot wait to tell my friends. But first, we should make hasty retreat, yes?
Potentially. Boing, boing, boing. We. Yeah, okay, there we go.
I cannot thank you enough for saving us, but how did you know we were here? Running away turned out to be the best choice. Not only did he escape, but he sent for help too. If he had tried to rescue us himself, we would probably all be dead by now. Better to run and scavenge another day. Yes, I must remember to thank him.
Only upgrade to get a second 660 ring. Valid.
I can fly in Omorang now.
You know what, let me just get the experience on my pally for now. It's very little, but you know what? Those bits and bobs of health and experience will be all the better. Man, we are struggling for a group, huh?
Oh, Peggy sheesh.
Ever unlocked the sightseeing? I have not yet. I always forget to do the sightseeing stuff. It's like the one that's never on my mind to get. Those are nice chunks of XP, yeah. I'll have to, grab them in the near future. Because it would help a lot with, leveling to 90. It's funny because all I have to do is talk to the guy. I know. I just kind of forget to talk to his dumbass sometimes. Alright. Ilmag is done. Lakeland still needs, to be fully unlocked. And then so does Raktika. Dun 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 dun. Ba 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 dun dun dun. Do 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 do. On my eye. I don't know what it is, but it is like something keeps just going in and out of it. So I probably just have like an eyelash like messing me up. But God, it's so aggravating. Oh no, the penis spot. Why is that area shaped like that? I don't like that. Nope. I'll just go for it last, because I gotta go into the Raktika Great Woods anyways. Yesterday roulettes were popping like crazy. Weird that only one day later it dies down. I know. Like, I feel like this would have popped so fast. Like, I did my trial roulette yesterday. Oh no, I did my my normal raid roulette yesterday, and we got freaking Omega. Like, I have not once in the history of doing trial roulettes ever gotten Omega in it, and yesterday it popped, and that was the only time I've ever just seen it naturally happen. Which was a pleasant surprise, because some people were doing it for the first time, and get the new trial roulette like an hour after doing it. Damn. Hey, I mean, you potentially got a bonus for first timers, right? Hello, big boy. Oh, gives a ton of bonus right now. Yeah. Yo, if this takes any longer, I'm about to go unlock, like, Gunbreaker or something. Like, I'm heavily considering going Gunbreaker now because pew pew sword. I've been in love with gunblades for a while now, so like it would be kind of fun to be a Gunbreaker. I don't have a glam for Gunbreaker at the moment though, so I would look kind of garbo. The two that I know would be able to help are both AFK at the moment. I don't know what Alvos is up to at the moment. Starburst are fruity has logged out. About to hit a mill on this hot bar or on this this level. Let's go. 1.206. 840. Ain't no way Crown of the Immaculate is this down bad. Actually, you know what? I need to go over here first. And here I was thinking, I'm like, oh, I can get these done and then just, you know, blast through some good story, right? But nope. Game said no, not today, friend. Dun, 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 dun. Guess I'll do the tribe dailies here. Guess so. I know the moment I try to go do like a pally job quest, it would put me in an instance too, which is the sad part. It's like exactly what's gonna happen because that's always what happens with me. Okay, Ilmeg is done, but Calusia has stuff that needs to be done still.
Well, scruff me helmet. If it ain't the traveler that we've been hearing about, and the elders had even more and a few things to say, I'd best get a proper welcome then, eh? Lally-ho.
Or best be given a proper welcome.
Lally-ho, buddy.
See, like, if this doesn't pop soon, I'm gonna have to restart my game anyways, so, I'm gonna be screwed on this, this workaround.
Now that's what I like to see, a lolly-ho straight from the heart. I only wish my own boy would put a bit more effort into his lollies and his hoes.
Hey, yo, he's putting all the effort into his hose. Not into the lollies though. That's where he draws the line.
He's always busy fiddling with his damn automata. No time for swapping words with folks of flesh and blood. Every dwarf knows a lolly-ho gets a lolly-ho. Or if you ask to become, or you're asking to become an outcast. A mother does worry, she does.
Oh, you know, the helmet makes them talk like this.
And that's only the half of it. I know it's just a stage all lads go through, but the little bugger has to argue with every word I say. Oh, I've just had the most clever idea. He'll not listen to me or the other villagers, but maybe, just maybe, curiosity for a stranger will win out over that sour attitude of his. Worth a try, don't you think? Please, befriend my son, Ronit. Just get him to use a proper, just get him used to giving a proper greeting. That's all I ask. And I tell you, he's a real marvel with automata. If you end up getting along, he might even show you a few of his strange contraptions.
Sure. You know, I trust the game. I'm gonna go AFK for a minute and use the restroom. So I'll be right back. Aha, I'm here. All you have to do is threaten the game.
Are you so determined to die? One last chance, villains!
Holy shit, I'm
Bow
sorry.
down and acknowledge your king! Your god!
God, I love hating him and hate to love him. Do I remember the mechs? God, no. I'm sure it's very intuitive, though. I'm gonna pop this. I don't know why.
To me, my servants! Feast upon these villains and their foul filth! I will crush you! Fine! Fine if you refuse to die! I will strip you of the illusion of will. Then you will suffer.
Uh-oh.
Yes, that will be your punishment.
A lot of people got yucked up by that. And we're rocking double sage too?
Receive of me my blessing and rise higher.
Let's hop on a few of those. A little bit of damage out there.
Crush you. Suffer, 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 suffer.
Come here, buddy boy.
Know your folly. Damn you! Why did you not fall?
Because I'm better than you, you ugly son of a bitch.
Why? Why?
Oh no, he's hot. He's becoming attractive.
What? What is this? The light surges within me. Ah, such bliss. I see now. I see now. This is
God,
the
he's
essence
hot.
of my ascension. Very well. Very well. I shall embrace this trial.
You always gotta put the oh no, he's hot in. It feels interesting to be the one who has Cardion on them for once and not being the one who puts Cardion onto someone. Let's pop a reprisal on him.
Feel my wrath. Your reckoning comes! I shall excise the sin of your existence!
That's a lot of shit.
And we're back at full health. Hey, you know what? Come on, just come out. Oh, okay, never mind.
Know your place!
Oh.
Feel my wrath! Atone with your life!
Just had to make sure that I didn't have the BRB screen up still.
Know your place! Atone with your life!
What him? What him? He dead.
I am all powerful!
Maybe.
Hi, all powerful. I'm Dad.
The road. This person gets my commandment. No comes for your boy. That's pretty damn sad. Is that Vothri? Thank you very much, by the way, Claire. Highly appreciated. I'm pretty sure that queue time would have been even worse if you were not here. So, you rock for that.
I see. It's finally over then. Now, night will return to all of Norvrant, bringing salvation to both our worlds.
Back to roulettes for a bit. Sounds good. On speaking to Reen, several cutscenes will play. It's recommended that you set aside sufficient... entirely... Alright, one sec. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna restart my game now. I'm gonna restart it now just in case somehow it takes more than 30 minutes to do cutscenes. Considering we're about to get a very big cutscene here. Oh, that we walk in love in the flood. Proud angels bathe in the wages of blood. Do 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 do. The road that we walk is love in the flood. Proud angels bathe in their wages of blood. I'm just looking at something really quick. Yeah, honestly, I think I'm gonna decide to go Gunbreaker. I think that's where my brain wants me to go down. Honestly, since doing the instance where you have to play as Thancred, I've been really craving Gunbreaker. So before stream ends, I'm going to go unlock it, and I'm gonna do some power leveling tonight. And hope that it works out well.
Why am I cast down? But it is you!
And we'll be Gunbreaker through Endwalker.
Father told me that I am hope. I am righteousness. That I am a god.
Well, Papa lied to you, buddy. Now, look at the rabbits.
That is why I was born as man and sin eater both. I kept the people safe. They respected me. Worshipped me.
No, you were kind of brainwashing them to a degree, so...
How can this be? I should be the one looking down at you. Help me. Damn you. I am your god.
I'm not from here, bud, so you're not mine. Now I need to make my character's hair fully white.
Look, the sky.
Fools! Were it not for my decisive action, the whole city would have been overrun, razed to the ground. Yet they dare to complain about casualties? Spare me. I'll wager they were put up to it by those wretches who seek to usurp me. They're stirring up the citizenry. But if they think I will yield to the likes of them, they are gravely mistaken.
To be subjected to such deplorable
I love hearing his
treatment,
voice.
such ingratitude. You have my sympathy, sir. You do so much good for this city, and you could do so much more were you not surrounded by fools.
Who are you? You're not supposed to be in here.
My apologies for the intrusion, but I come bearing a proposal.
One that will ensure the longevity of your reign.
It's so weird hearing his voice come from the
Give me the
Ascian
word,
garb.
sir, and I will bring hither a light warden. By giving its power to the babe within your lady wife's womb, we shall create a transcendent being, a king to rule over all. And as sire to the king, your authority will never again be in question.
Amazing. Before my Vothri, they behave as docile pets. With this gift, my line should be guaranteed power for perpetuity. We shall rule the whole world.
By all means, sir. United under Yulmor's banner, men will cease fighting and abandon their ambitions. Thus, they will grow fat and complacent, and in their sloth, seal your supremacy.
Are you all right? Say something! 12 for Fend. She cannot contain the light. She's beginning to turn. Eorzea, if you've aught up your sleeve, now is the time.
It's changing back.
The combined power of every Light Warden is too terrible a burden for any one soul to bear. And so I shall relieve you of it.
Exarch! What are you doing?
I will channel this profusion of power to the Crystal Tower and use it to travel to other worlds. As I have dreamed of doing ever since I first learned of their existence. Who would choose to remain here in this dying realm when they might go elsewhere and begin anew? Not I. And thus did I use you.
No, no, I don't believe you. It doesn't make sense.
Damn you! We won't let you do with her as you please.
Do not interfere! Please, I beseech you all, let him go!
You knew of this, Eorzea. 'Tis all a fiction. Such vaguely defined acts of teleportation stand no chance of success. The Exarch will never live to see another world, as he knows only too well.
Then, what does he mean to do?
He means to take the light with him into the rift, where he will die. From the beginning, he intended to sacrifice himself to save our friend and Norvrent.
At Journey's end, an opportunistic thief makes off with the hero's prize. A paltry way to end a chapter, I concede. Yet your tale will continue, and my role in it will scarcely be remembered.
Music. Perfection.
Worry not. Whatever should become of me, I will be happy and free, safe in the knowledge that I have played my part. Thank you for fighting for this world, for believing. Fare you well, my friend, my inspiration.
Yo, Emmy, pull out the Glock.
Pulled out the ye old musket revolver.
Only those who possess the royal eye of the Allagan Imperial line are capable of controlling the Crystal Tower. Such individuals do not exist in the First. Therefore, in all likelihood, the Exarch arrived here with the tower. This much I had surmised, yet I could not discern his grand scheme. To think that he went through all this trouble for the sake of a single hero. It's almost admirable in its absurdity. Alas, it is not your grand scheme that will succeed, but ours.
You bastard!
Stay put. Your friend is still alive, but whether he remains so depends on you. What a disappointment you turned out to be.
You want to hold the light real
I
quick,
placed my
bud?
faith in you. Let myself believe that you could contain the light. But look at you now. Halfway to becoming a monster. You are unworthy of my patronage.
It was you who created Vothray, wasn't it?
I am an Ascian. My heart's sole desire is to usher in the Great Rejoining. 100 years ago, I entrusted my comrade Logriff with the task of increasing light's sway over this world. This we sought to do by manipulating heroes. When that failed to achieve the desired result, I created Vothray. But thanks to your meddling, that too has ended in failure.
What was your true purpose in approaching us?
By your 12, boy, have I not told you before that everything I said was the truth? You were specimens by which I might gauge man's potential as it stands. I genuinely had an interest in you, genuinely considered taking you on as allies. Provided she could contain and control the light. If not, then she, and by extension you, would be of no use to me. 'Twas as simple as that.
So, we've been found wanting. How disheartening. But even had we fulfilled your conditions, there was no guarantee that we would cooperate. What then?
Then I simply kill you all. At the very least, it would restore the world to the way it was before you went about trouncing Light Wardens willy-nilly. Suffice it to say, it would be most inconvenient to have all that light taken away, and I would be lying if I were to claim his actions didn't have me worried. You still retain your form and your senses, but you have all but become a Sin Eater. Whether you will it or no, your mere existence will serve to engulf the world in light. Those in your company will likewise turn into Sin Eaters, and in time you will succumb to your base instincts and hunt innocents to feast on their sweet, sweet ether. Those few with the will left to fight may rise up against you, but before your absolute might, they will quickly know despair. There is no hope. We are finished. Mankind is finished.
Such a menace. I love him.
The irony. What Forthry achieved through bliss, you achieved through despair. But I have overstayed my welcome. I shall look forward to seeing you bring the world to its knees, hero.
Exarch!
I have naught to show for all the time and effort I invested in you. He is a small token for my troubles. I did not expect that I could learn aught from man, but I may yet learn something from all the knowledge he had hoarded for his precious hero. I pity you, I do. Your friends are now your foes. If you do not kill them, they will kill you. When it all becomes too much to bear, seek me out at my abode in the dark depths of the Tempest. There, you may complete your descent into madness with some dignity, far from prying eyes. Till then, I bid you farewell, Eater.
Ooh, it would have just been, like, we're nearing the 2-hour mark now. So it would have been very close if I had not restarted it.
Ah, finally.
What just happened?
After you collapsed, Emmet's self vanished. Then Reen did what she could to stay the raging of the light within your body. Thanks to her, you're still you, but she's only delayed the inevitable.
You're not going to like what you see, but you still need to see it. It's like this all over. The whole of Norvrad is shrouded in light again. And it's because of you, and the power you absorb from the Wardens. No one knows but your friends. When they carried you down from the mountain, they told everyone waiting below that they didn't understand why the light had returned. And now they're out there trying to allay the people's fears, while searching for a way to save you. If you're well enough to be up, you're well enough to get some fresh air. Better that than stewing in here. Go on. Go.
Warden of Light. Enemy of innocence. Oh, miss, you're awake. You were injured during the fray on Mount Gold, yes? I was here at my station, as always, when they carried you in on a makeshift stretcher looking disturbingly bereft of vigor. And to compound my worry, the sky has, well, I'm sure you've seen it. There's everyone rather concerned, to say the least. Seeing you up and about is the first good news we've had in a while. Assuming you feel strong enough, would you mayhap consider a stroll around the city to reassure our anxious citizens? Bragi was one of those who helped convey you to your chambers, and he has visited several times since to inquire after your condition. Oh, well, well. Look who's back from the dead. Aye, it was a grim sight. Your companions looked fair ready to drop when they brought you in. So I offered a helping hand. Couldn't bear to see them struggle so. And you, my friend, I feared you had one foot in the grave. Cold and lifeless you were, like a corpse that was somehow still breathing. And they told me some evil bastard went and snatched our poor Exarch away in the midst of all the chaos. Wicked White, what is this world coming to? Nah, but moaning never solved a thing, did it? Nay, it's times like these that we Crystarium folk stand tall and do what needs to be done. Trade with you or more is back on the table. We'd best make use of those resources to fortify our city against the Eaters. Or whatever misery the fates deem to throw at us next. Speaking of misery, Jasmine was worried sick about you. I hear her wringing her hands is not a sight you ever wish to see, let me tell you.
So now I can... I mean, that's still for my pally, but... I don't have to worry about that. What was I going to say? Something. I don't know. Oh, now I just have to focus on getting one top in specific, and I'll have my outfit the way that I want it to be.
Oh, sweetie, you're alive. No one's been allowed to see you, even Spragix Churigans. Shirojiruns, I don't know how to pronounce that, I forget, were forbidden from taking visits. Reen was kind enough to tell me you were showing symptoms similar to Eta corruption. I suppose that's why little any of us could have done for you in any case. As for your companions, they've all been rushing hither and yon seeking a cure for your condition. I worry to see their faces grow ever more haggard every time they pass through the crystarium. I shall let them know you're awake when they come to see you, sweetie. Please, do convince them to rest a bit. They won't be helping anyone if they're to collapse from exhaustion. Ah, and our own Morin has been a little better. Has been a little better, I'm afraid. He hasn't left the cabinet too busy with his nose buried in one dusty tome after another. Found it. This says the same thing as last. Mayhaps I should approach the problem from a different perspective. Little, is it truly you and not some figment of my imagination? Oh, but this is wonderful. 'Twould seem our prayers have been answered. Feeling otherwise helpless, I have been scouring our shelves for the wisdom to explain the most worrisome conundrum. Why, with all the light wardens defeated, has the light returned to obscure the sky? I must have pored over a hundred tomes, but no definitive conclusion seems forthcoming. So many questions I would pose to the exarch, and thus do I feel his absence all the more keenly. Now that you are awake, however, I am hopeful that our search for our stolen steward might begin in earnest. Catelys, meanwhile, leads the Crystarium mean in preparations for battle, though against what foe we are yet uncertain. Why not pay her a visit? I expect seeing you upright would be a much welcome relief.
Potentially.
Little, alive and well I see. You've given us a proper fright, you know that. Not a day's gone by that I haven't heard folk worrying about what's become of you or the Exarch. Anyway, I'm glad you've recovered enough to stand. Not planning on striking out straight away, are you? I was hoping to have a better look at your equipment. If we'd been able to provide you with better weapons or sturdier helms, then maybe you'd have won the day, and the Exarch would still be here. As such, we're keeping busy, consulting each other on new forging techniques and designs and the like. If you could stand still a moment, I'd like to assess your gear with
we're trying to improve. I'd like to assess the gear we're trying to improve. Aye, well, that's some fine work, I must admit. It wouldn't be impossible to make something better, but we'd need to experiment with different patterns and materials, and I'm not sure we have that kind of time.
Sounds like a challenge that he would enjoy. Greetings, Glannard. The master of the stairs is running his own errands now, is he?
Aye, well, my servers are distraught enough as it is, and I don't want to crack the whip too hard. But never mind that. I'm thinking of our absent genius and his epiphanies. And his epiphanies are the perfect answer to this predicament of yours.
And by genius, you mean old Grendelt. He is a man of many unrivaled gifts. I won't argue with you there. But what good does his talent do for us if we can't bloody find him? No one's seen nor hide nor hair of Genroth since he wandered off some years ago. You know what? He's like once he latches onto an idea. He's probably cloistered himself in some forgotten cave, completely absorbed in the latest creation. I wouldn't even know where to start looking.
That does make things difficult.
I'm trying to see something really quick. Alright. Sorry, I just kind of got my eye caught on something and wanted to check that out.
Still, as eccentric as someone...
If that eccentric is someone you're destined to meet, I'll wager he'll show up soon enough. In my time at the bar, many's the tale I've heard of a strangely fated encounters, even if a few of them might be stretching the truth just a bit.
We'll keep our noses on the grindstone for the time being, but on the off chance you do encounter Grenold, you'd be wise to take advantage of his brilliance rather than wait on our slow and steady progress. This is all talk for when you fully recovered, of course. I'll let you get back to convalescing. Convalescating? Convalesking, eh? There we go.
Before you do that, here, actually the reason I came over here in the first place. I don't suggest partaking of my stock until you've properly well, but if you're passing near the stairs, then I have a few regulars I'd like to introduce you to. I'd best be getting back. Just because the world's coming apart at the seams doesn't mean we have to follow suit now, does it? No, you are right.
Hear, hear. We can't forget the heart upon which the city was founded, or the Exarch might not have much of a home to return to.
Hydaelyn, you are right. I think a return to your sickbed might be in order. Or you might consider resting a while atop the watchtower next to the rookery. Damnable sky does make for the most soothing scenery, but the Exarch often like to stand there and feel the wind upon his face. White mage or goldsmith? Depends on which angle you look at it from. Boing. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun. The Baldachin. Baldachin's blessing, you say?
The people of this city have spirit, I'll give them that. They've not lost the will to fight. I can imagine how torn you must feel, looking at that sky. Knowing what it means to everyone. And that you're responsible.
I cannot believe it all. The secrecy is worse. I'd rather people knew.
If you're thinking of coming clean, don't. It might make you feel better, but it would make things 100 times worse for them. They're better off not knowing.
Very well.
You're in a corner, and there doesn't seem to be any obvious way out. But that doesn't mean it's over. However hopeless it seems, you haven't lost yet. I remember looking up at the sky like this before. Being caught up in a strange kind of calm. It was after we realized we were responsible for the flood. When we resolved to journey to the source by taking our own lives. One last sacrifice. One last fight. One last failure. And then the Oracle appeared and, well, you know the rest.
Yep.
There were times in the years and decades that followed when I wondered if we might not have been better off just letting the rejoining happen.
Pardon me?
That we'd made one last mistake. But seeing that giant Talos stir to life cured me of any doubts I still had. Always we took the burden of fighting upon ourselves. That's what heroes do, isn't it? So we never had the chance to see anything like that. Our people coming together as one. To think that their hope still burned so bright. That they were still so eager to live, they would lift up their fellows, one on top of the other, till they reached the sky. No. We made the right decision. And I can finally feel proud of the part we played in helping this world survive. Well, come on then. As I thought. What happened between us was no coincidence. My story may be finished, but the fates have gifted me a minor role in yours. I suspected as much the moment I realized you could hear me. But it's hard not to doubt yourself when you're the man who caused the flood. I was afraid to do anything more than watch for fear of making things even worse. But no longer. After all, the path I once walked is now yours to finish. For what it's worth, I cast my lot with yours. If you need a push, I'll be right there behind you. If you lose control, I'll do my best to stop you. So, let us be about it, hero.
Oh, I was worried you were up here all alone, brooding and fretting and wallowing in your woes. But look at you, grinning at nothing like a pollen-drunk pixie.
And see my baby boy is nothing.
Look at what you've done to your ether. It's a mess. And you have cracks running all through that pretty soul of yours. My poor little sapling. Whatever am I to do with you? Shall I yield up my throne? You could claim it, cut ties with the mortal world, hide away in the castle.
Tempting as that is.
It won't fix the problem, but would it really matter? If any pesky heroes come calling with steel and magic, all of Eorzea will rise up in your defense. My crown and scepter are yours, if you want them. What? Don't give me that look! Of course I knew before I asked that you'd never ever heed such a wicked suggestion. And besides, what would become of my precious and ephemeral flower? Oh, my dear beloved sapling. You are lost, confused, and have precious little time to gather your wits. Your kind is always so preoccupied with what lies ahead, and so we muddle your vision with fog and glamour. But such trickery is easy to see through. Stand very, very still. Think not of where you need to go, but where you are right now at this moment, at this time, in this place. our cairn of crystal. From shadowed hood he watched you go, his ruby eyes with warmth aglow. See yourself as he saw you, and that shall be the clearest clue.
I like that she rhymes. It makes it feel like a good old time.
You stand in his garden, dear sapling. Ask his flowers what they know, and you will surely find an answer. But what will you do with it, I wonder? I'll be watching and waiting. Waiting and watching.
Boing.
Oh, I did not expect to see you on your feet so soon. Surely you have not come in search of an armor. What do I know of the Crystal Exarch? I'm happy to share, but I fear there will be no surprising revelations. As any in the city could tell you, he's a man of wisdom and compassion, and many untold secrets. But none can doubt his generosity when the Crystarium was being constructed. Even he even allowed the Fey folk to plunder the tower for resources. He has imposed no restrictions upon us but one. No one except the Crystal Exarch is permitted to dwell within the spire. Many seasons passed, and a comrade of mine was bold enough to ask the reason why. The Exarch merely smiled and said, because one day, the Crystal Tower may vanish as suddenly as it appeared.
Demon bunny. Cassid, how you doing?
Little.
The lizard. My dad is here, should be, of course. Are you still grinding out MSQ right now?
Little, it is good to see you awake and alert, my friend. What's this about? You're not writing the Exarch's memoirs, are you? I'm not sure how much I can tell you, considering we avoid asking too many questions. Unspoken rule and all that.
No, I just got too old Charlie and then stopped. Fair. Have you decided what you're gonna be running as? Because I've actually made up my mind. I'm not going as Pally. I'm gonna go as Gunbreaker for Endwalker. I have that like craving for a Gunbreaker run. For what I called my original Black Mage, because you're poor. I mean, just level. Let's do roulettes. Get yourself tomestones. I'll buy you gear.
If anyone has fresh and great insight to share, it might be Captain Lena, I'd say. She lost her parents to an eater attack not long after she was born, and the Exarch saw to her upbringing. Outward appearances aside, the two are like grandfather and granddaughter.
Allergic to anything, not MSQ ultimates. Damn. That's shame.
I imagine the news of his predicament hit her doubly hard. Doubly hard. But not that our proud captain would ever let it show. If you do decide to talk to Lena, she'll be at her usual post at the Akensa Gate.
Yep. Gotta talk to, Morin once more. Ah. Up we go. Hello, Morin.
Oh, was there something else you needed? If you've only come for the results of my research into the persistent light, I'm afraid there's as little to tell you as of yet.
Records pertaining to the Exarch.
Well, I need no documentation to rely on what little I know of his history. If that is what interests you. Less than a decade had passed since the coming of the Flood, when the Crystal Tower first flashed into existence. Its summoner, the Exarch himself, became known to the refugees in Lakeland soon thereafter. The great unknown, have fun, friend. Have fun, my friend. Enjoy your adventures into the great unknown. He welcomed all who sought out the Spire, be they locals who had lost their homes or Verbertites fleeing the ruined kingdom. And together did they found the city which became the Crystarium. Some thought to call him king, for he refused to share his name. But the summoner did not deem himself worthy of a royal address. Thus did the people consider him his scintillating skin, so alike to the tower he had summoned, and bestowed upon him the title of Crystal Exarch. As for his true name, well, 'twould seem that is a mystery that remains unsolved to this day. What if I knew his name? What if I knew who he was truly? What would you say then? Would you be afraid? Would you accept it? Would you rather live in bliss and not know it at all? Such are the mysteries that we have yet unfolded.
Hello, Eric. I'm Anya? I believe I'm saying it right. How are you doing?
Welcome. A welcome surprise. Now, if only the Exarch was returned to us.
I can't do a voice for her, so it's like very missmashed, mangled up and stuff.
He was taken by this rival of yours, was he not? Your companions mentioned that he had an idea of where to find him.
Now that's good.
And so I bristled when they asked for patience. I did not understand their hesitation until I saw you had fallen. Only then did I realize that I had no business rushing ahead. Even so, the delay has no less been agonizing.
Thank you for the sub. Highly appreciated. Are you a big fan of Final Fantasy XIV? Do you play it, or are you just a watcher?
In the moments before he had left to join you in Calusia, the Exarch trusted me with a key.
I'm doing pretty good. My arm kind of hurts for some reason right now. I think it's just like carpal tunnel acting up. But I'm good. I'm excited that we are so close to the end of Shadowbringers, because then that means we can work towards it. And then Omni and side content and soloing the Palace of the Dead until dawntrail releases, and working on weapons and all that fun jazz.
It opens the door into the ocular, to a chamber known as Umbilicus. This room is the heart of the tower, into which only the Exarch himself is permitted to enter. To start Endwalker, ooh, what job do you play? And is that your main, or is that just what you're going through Endwalker with? He bid me allow none into the tower once he departed, only that in the event that an army of eaters descends upon the city was I to access the Umbilicus and awaken her defensive barrier. Never before had he left me with such instructions, but the battle with Vothri loomed near, and at the time I accepted the key without much thought. Since then, however, that moment is all that occupies my mind. When I recall the look upon his face, he knew that some terrible fate had awaited him. Tell me, little. I need to know what he feared. What battle you and your companions are truly fighting. I can't say, not yet. Forgive me. I trust in the Exarch, and I should not be voicing these doubts when he is not here to respond to them personally. Reaper, and it's your main. Ooh, very fun. Are you DPS all around, or are you one that has, like, a bit of everything that you enjoy? Because, like, normally I'm a healer main for Sage, but my favorite job is Warrior, and I play a lot of tanks at the moment. But I'm not big on DPS, even though I like Summoner, and I'm going to use what's it called? Hyctomancer for post MSQ when dawntrail comes out. Most likely. But you have come to me with a question of your own, have you not? Yes, ma'am. Ah, I see I'm not the only one who burns for answers. The time has come to open the tower's heart. Though we do not face an invasion of eaters, I suspect the city will be in far more danger if you do not gain the knowledge you seek. Alright, I'm gonna take a quick little break. I just need to use the restroom really quickly, so I will be right back.
Let's see. DPS, a little summoner, and some sage. Ooh, a fellow sage. Sage is fun. I quite enjoy it. Alright.
Meet me in the ocular and I will unlock the door within.
Yes, ma'am. Ooh, a sage. Sprun. Sunbreaker.
Mistress Little, the captain said to expect you.
Yep.
I have unlocked the door to the umbilicus. You are free to enter.
Thank you.
Once you have what you require, I'll see it sealed once more. Until then, I will remain without.
I wish we had her top. Because when we got the Crystarium gear, it gives us, like, shoulder pads. And I just don't like the shoulder pads. That's, like, the only thing that prevents me from using that outfit. Oh. Oh, Echo. Echo Becco.
A moment to collect my thoughts, I prithee. Thy true name is Grahatia, then. By thy claims, thou too art a native of the Source, though from an age beyond our own, when the 8th umbral calamity hath visited devastation upon our star.
Yes.
Thou hast, by subtle means, reached across the boundaries of time and space to unsow the seeds of catastrophe, ere its creeping vines drag our champion unto an early grave.
Yeah, basically.
In essence, yes. A difficult story to swallow, I am sure.
I doubt not the veracity of thy words, not the account of thy coming, nor that of the fated calamity. Yet my mind straineth still to apprehend the enormity of this tale. Wouldst thou favor me with a gradual unfolding of its chapters?
Certainly. But where to begin? I should start with those great minds who survived the calamity. Sid Garland being perhaps the greatest. In hopes of staying the unending tides of war, he and his fellows pursued all manner of possible solutions. One of these was rooted in a theory which unified several fundamental principles discovered over the course of the Warrior of Light's adventures. It proposed a method by which one could enter the River of Time, traverse the rift, and leap between worlds. Perfecting that idea, however, was a work which consumed their lifetimes. And thus was it left to future generations to decide whether theory would be put into practice. But all the while, the world continued to burn. Hope was a feeble outpost, beset on all sides by thievery and misery and murder. People cried out in despair, "There is no hope! We are finished! Mankind is finished!" Then others raised their voices in answer. Though we be beyond salvation, those who came before may yet be saved. We will forge a crossroads and pave the way for a different future. By the wisdom of our forebears, we will prevent this calamity from ever having come to pass. The fighting went on unabated, but some few took up Sid's research and labored to realize those impossible ideas. After 2 centuries of labor, their descendants finally succeeded in awakening the Crystal Tower, an integral part of the process, and, in doing so, roused its caretaker, me. By this stage, scholars had largely established the phenomena underpinning the rejoining, and identified the first as the shard which precipitated the 8th umbral calamity. This grand structure was already capable of storing the energies required to attempt the translocation. All that remained was to augment some few of its functions based upon the theoretical models of Sid and his compeers.
And by means of such technologies didst thou effect thine arrival in the first, to an age before this star had joined with the Source.
Some while before, as it turned out. 'Tis all but impossible to predict how time will flow between one world and the next, and we missed our mark by almost an entire century. But this only worked in our favor. The Sin Eaters could not be defeated without the blessing of light, and summoning the only woman who might stand a chance against them would require decades of preparation.
An undertaking of scarce credible endurance. That thou hast kept thy plan from falling into disarray these many years bordereth on the miraculous.
That it does.
Yet howsoever history be rewritten, thy present self was shaped by events which followed the calamity. Should said catastrophe be averted, the very skein of thine existence will unravel. Surely thou hast foreseen this.
I am aware of the consequences. 'Tis for that very reason Sid and his colleagues bequeathed their legacy as an offering, and not an edict. To give all of oneself for the happiness of others, and with no promise of reward. 'Tis a hard thing to ask. Harder still for those condemned to survive in a world which pitted brother against brother. Indeed, you are right to call the execution of this plan miraculous, though the force which held it together was nothing so inexplicable. It was her. The warrior of light has been our unbroken thread. Where others would stumble and fall, she would rise above. Where others would break and run, she would carry on. The warrior of light's tale is one of unyielding bravery. To tell it was to feel courage. To hear it was to feel hope. It was a breath of inspiration in an age of suffocating shadow. In the histories of a fallen nation was our hero hailed as its greatest ally. In the time-worn pages of a noble's memoirs were her deeds joyously retold. For many, these stories were the flame which warmed them through the coldest of nights. And so it should come as little surprise that the plan found no shortage of volunteers, concerning as it did the Warrior of Light herself. It was their chance to add their own verse to the hero's saga. She was the lodestar that brought them all together, to send their final message back through time and space to her. The light of your legacy was our torch in the darkness. Burn bright again and live. I am merely the bearer of that wish, come to ensure it is safely delivered.
Wherefore sharest thou this burden with me and no other? What wouldst thou have me say?
I feel bad for Rianji in these moments.
You will be my accomplice?
I mean, Graha hold the hardest
Your suitability when you spoke of how you learned of the Flood and of your part in arranging Minfilia's journey to the First. Your actions showed uncommon resolve. It was clear you were committed to the cause of saving this world. I knew I could trust you to choose the right path forward, even if that choice came with a heavy price.
What price?
When all is said and done, and the last of the Light Wardens lies slain, I will absorb their corrupted ether, and then I will die. Knowing what I know of your companions, not to mention your champion, they will try to stop me. But in saving one, they would save none. Therefore, I implore you to aid me in concealing my identity, and ensuring this tale ends as it must. To this end, I would have you take what I have told you of the Calamity, and make of it a portent. A prophetic vision you beheld in the swirling chaos of the Rift.
Is this truly thy wish?
History remembered the Warrior of Light, as I knew it would. And I will suffer no other to rescue the champion whose star has charted my course. I will see this tale to a happy end, my friend. There has been enough tragedy.
Fair.
Careful now. If you lose control again, the light could claim you for good. Although it's probably only a matter of time before you succumb to the change in any case. What do you mean to do?
I mean to have a few words with both Emmett and the Exarch.
Then we should be on our way. Dacian mentioned the Tempest, did he not? That's the stormy seas around Calusia to you. His lair must be down there somewhere, hidden beneath the waves.
Did you find the answers you sought? If there's nothing more you need, I will go and lock the door.
Question about the Tempest? The Tempest? That is the name given to the seas by which Calusia is bound. If you would make a request to the Tamers, they will provide you with an arrow to fly you over the waters, but...
Do you mean to leave it right this moment? Alone?
I'm not sure that... Nay, I will not seek you to stop.
I will not seek to stop you. Go with the blessings of the Shadow, and I shall await your safe return.
You require an armor. Just a moment, I shall saddle the swiftest beast to fly you to the island. The open water. To the depth of the Tempest. Our armor can swim, yes, but to reach the ocean floor.
Ah, we have found thee. Word reached us of thy recovery, and thus did we gather with all haste. Ah. By thy looks, I gather thou hast gleaned that which I came to tell thee.
Yes, sir. You beautiful bastard.
Eorzea has shared everything with us. The Exarch's true identity and purpose.
I offer no excuses. When I agreed to aid the Exarch with his plans, 'twas in full acceptance of the condemnation I would face when my duplicity was laid bare. Yet it is not rancor, but resolve that I sense in thee. Thou art fully intent upon walking thy path to its end, art thou not? If thou canst forgive my deception, or, failing that, set aside thy displeasure for a time, I do beg leave to follow thee. What strength and wisdom I possess are thine to command.
No more lies.
Pray believe me when I say that I took no pleasure in deceiving thee. Indeed, I curse the circumstances which compelled me to do so. But no further secrets lie between us, I swear it.
That's my boy.
I'm sorry, but I don't think this is a good idea. Leaving the Crystarium, I mean, with or without Eorzea. What I did for you won't last forever. There's no telling when the light will break free again. Please, you must stay here. At least for a little while longer. We will find a way to cure this, I promise you.
Second thought, what if you come with me as well?
How can you make
kid?
promises? We don't even know where to start.
Alisaie, please. You know Reen was only trying to help.
Of course I know! I know only too well! But making promises you have no way of keeping is not a kindness. It's a lie. Plain and simple. We've all searched, high and low, for an answer. And every one of us came back empty-handed. I am not about to stand in her way now. Not after failing her in her hour of need. No. The least we can do is...
We will go with you as well. There is naught to be gained by standing still.
Indeed, we have exhausted every other avenue. Lead, and we shall follow. If there is any hope to be found, then we will surely find it at your side.
Are we all in agreement then?
Is there aught we can do to help?
Though we may not know the whole story, we do know you're in for a fight. And while the Exarch's away, it falls to the rest of us to see the Warrior of Darkness is given a proper send-off.
You told them?
No. Well, not in so many words.
I love
Aye,
Luna.
we didn't need it spelled out for us. When the night sky appeared over whichever place you went to, it was harder not to put two and two together.
From the moment I heard that you and the Exarch shared the homeland, I had my suspicions.
I love
Long
bragging.
had he been waiting for a certain someone to arrive, and I knew at once that it must be you.
Exactly. When he went up to meet you, it was clear it was no ordinary visitor. That spring in his step spoke volumes. I could feel his excitement.
Me too! That's right!
Here, here!
We do not fully understand where you or the Exarch hail from, or why you've all done so much to protect us. But we are deeply grateful nonetheless. So, if there is anything at all we might do to aid your journey, you need only name it. What would you have of us?
You might have invited them to join us, where there are not so many. But come, they are waiting. What is your will, O Warrior of Darkness?
I love being called the Warrior of Darkness. It gives me little goosebumps, little chicken flesh.
Defend the Crystarium until we return. The unbroken thread.
The 1, 2, 3, 4.
Thou didst plan to commandeer an armourer for thy journey to the open sea. I fear the following dive unto Emmett Selk's underwater abode would drain even thy legendary stamina. Thus, during the convalescence, we considered the most efficacious method for reaching the depths of the Tempest, and I believe we have arrived at an elegant solution. Yet, ere we discuss this step, I suggest thou dost conclude such pressing business with the remains to thee in the Crystarium. Once the sea closeth above our heads, we are unlikely to surface again until our grand deed is done. Oysters on a half shell, turtle power. Thine affairs are in order. Then I shall unfold to thee my proposal. Our destination is the ocean floor, yet our goal is simply not to arrive there. Nay, we must needs have the means to breathe and fight freely. Thus I would petition the aid of one of thy Fae, a being with whom I have yet to meet face to face. Rather than waste words on explanations, I bid thee follow me on to the helm of Sullen, which lieth at the south and west. All will become abundantly clear, I promise thee.
Alright, so just teleporting out would technically be faster. It's like the least amount that you have to fly. Okay, so before stream ends, I will unlock Gunbreaker. And I'm going to start leveling them up slowly as time goes on. And before Endwalker, we will do the job quests for it. And then go forth into the world. Weed, haha, yeah, it's weed, brick, not lap. Lap, not brick, weed. LKBW. Boy. There, unto the west, canst thou discern the hump of the isle risen above thy water? The foliage-covered mass hideth the key to our safe descent. Swim close, and plungest thee beneath the surface, thou shalt soon divine the reason for mine insistence. Though it be much to my shame, I can but flail and flounder where thou mayest glide like a fish. As a fish, I shall board a boat to the isle, and spare one and all the spectacle of mine inept strokes. Let's see, so this is Storm-tossed Sea. Hello, Mr. I.
The curved slabs of rock seem squeezed together here, giving the impression of a giant stone eyelid. Though it appears solid enough, the rock yet yields slightly under your touch. Was the surface gently shifting, or was that your imagination?
I think you can see the crystal tower underwater still.
Well, what hast thou discerned?
It reminds me of a certain primal.
Most perceptive. According to the lore of the pixies, we are even now pushed upon the back of an ancient Fey entity. Its name is Bismarck. Aye, the self-same title which we know the great feathered whale revered by the Vanu Vanu of the source. That I would enlist its aid to bear us unto the deep, and thence banish the water with an airy sphere, alike in form to the domes which do shelter the hamlets neareth the Ruby Sea. Within its compass, we may move unencumbered and defend ourselves when the hour of battle cometh. As it most surely shall. Now, I must needs ask for silence whilst I make my supplication.
Alright, this is voiced.
O great and serene Bismarck. Long has it been since my name was called. Why do you wake me, little neighbor?
To the bottom of the western sea we go. Pray lend us your back and breath.
The world is in twilight. I wait for the sun to set. I wish only to sleep.
Oh dear. I don't need to speak Fae to know that didn't go well.
Ayul.
Tanya.
Oh, my snake yak! You've learned to
Oh,
call
my
me at
snake
last.
yak. I love Faeul so much.
And where do you go? On a trip? A journey? I knew you wouldn't give up without a fight.
Damn right I wouldn't.
Oh, my precious.
This is my
snake,
life
I
to
shall
live.
help you in any way I can. Yes, Bismail will
Sleepy Bismarck, you old pixie. These are my precious, precious saplings.
Van Rhea
Let her wish be the king's command.
What a rare thing to awaken to. My beautiful king, if it be thy wish, then it shall so be done. Then so shall it be done.
Be sure to scrub this one's teeth for him upon your return. It's only good manners.
Only good manners.
It will be done, Your Majesty. Our deepest thanks for your timely intervention.
An agreement is reached and your departure is at hand. You wingless ones best hold on tight. May the blessings of the Fae keep you safe, Inba.
To the western sea we go, warped by my breath. I will see you to your destination, little neighbors.
And just like that, it's all gone back to the way it was.
What was you expecting? 100 years of honey and rainbows? Seeing them Yulmore types wake up and smell the ashes was miracle enough for me.
Ah, but the magic in the air when that ladder started moving. And when that great hulking Talos rose up. Gods. I could live 1,000 years and never behold anything so amazing.
What if the night returned permanently? Now, seeing the giant Talos
You
was...
see that?
Actually, this right here is a lot more amazing. There's a giant whale.
What a monster! Where did it even come from?
Calusia. Not Calusia. Lakeland.
Whoa there! It's not stopping. Run! Run!
Yeah, don't get squamped by the water, my boys.
I have fulfilled my duty. I now return to the lake. I have not flown in an age. It was pleasant. May your journey be a safe one, little neighbors. Little neighbor, my dearest companions, for allowing me to fly thee unto the eternal sea.
Wow.
Ba-da-bum bum 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 dun 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 ba-da-dun dun 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 dun.
The breath of Bismarck. See how it swells to form a dome beneath the waves? The waters recede. The tempest's floor is laid bare. In defiance of the blinding sky, this place holds fast to its gloom. The last refuge of he who denies the light with every fiber of his being. You stand at the precipice, hero. Journey unto the heart of darkness. Finish it.
The Tempest. Ugh. Full glad am I that Bismarck was true to his word. We arrived in the Tempest safe and dry. 'Tis here that we shall find the lair of Emmett Selk, and I believe the imprisoned Exarch as well. For an Ascian alone, it is course a trifling matter to flee unto the rift, yet I suspect such travel is nigh impossible with a mortal one in custody. Nay, he would not soon risk his prize when the Exarch's body serveth as the key to the Crystal Tower, and its power of temporal transportation. Thus am I all but certain that this underwater realm harboureth our friend and enemy both. We have but to find them.
Alright, what I'm going to do... in the event that you leave the area, speak with Inwill at Vermont Yards in Calusia to return to the Tempest. Or, what I will actually do is just... you know what? Let me see where it takes me. Okay. So what we need to do is return to New Gridania. I need to get myself something to do off stream. Considering I need to gain 20 levels because I believe it starts at 60.
Oi, miss, fancy making yourself useful? Listen close. A gang of highwaymen have been applying these trade rounds here last few days, and we're trying to flush them out. They're slippery buggers though, so we need all the help we can get. That's where you come in. We've spotted him lurking in the bramble patch, and we're getting ready to spring our trap. All you have to do is collar anyone who strikes you as a bit shifty, and rise the alarm. We'll take care of the rest.
I only have 2 of the crystals that I need, and I need about 55. How fun is that?
Out of our way, you, I got ya.
What if I were to kill you instead, though, sir? Thoughts? Nice whale you have there, person.
You have my thanks, stranger. And mine. If you had not shown up, things could have gotten very badly for us. It is my fault. I'll be more careful next time.
I'm just looking at something really quick. Alright. So the only thing I get for a move on Gunbreaker is level 70 through quests. So I don't really have to worry about anything other than that.
Truth be told, I thought we'd have an easier time on the side of the wall. How wrong I was. I think we could be caught unawares by a gang of common thieves. Oi, what's going on? Heard a commotion and... Oh, that's one of them, just like the witness described. It's strange they go after a pair like you, but all the ranks, all the marks have far been merchants and whatnot. So, you know, folks carrying coin valuables who won't put up much of a fight. I reckon if there's any of their cronies out here watching, they'll think twice before crossing you lot again. Still, might be an idea for you to see these travelers to Gridania. Me and the others will keep you looking. Keep looking for the rest of the highwaymen. It was bandits. Something about them doesn't sit right with me. We barely even have a fistful of gil between us. I have a couple of fulms of edged steel strapped to my back. Not the most likely of targets. Perhaps that's why they went straight for the kill. And they might have succeeded if you hadn't stepped in. We are in your debt. I am Radovan, and this is Sophie. We traveled here from Eorzea, and have far to the north, where once I served as a soldier of Garlemald. I had no choice. My family was taken hostage, and while it's true I have fought and killed for the Empire, I would have never done so willingly. Though I freed myself of their shackles, the life I'd known is no more. But that was another life. One I would sooner put behind me. I came to Eorzea in the hopes that I might start anew here.
As for me, I escaped from the Galleons. I was part of the resistance movement until we were rounded up or killed. That is. The Empire took everything from me. My family, my homeland. With nowhere else to go, the two of us decided we'd stand a better chance surviving if we stuck together. And here we are.
To see me now. You'd scarce believe I once served as a personal guard to my queen. But in the end, I could not protect her. I could not protect anyone. Not even my wife and son. While I would have gladly given my life for theirs, I would not be. Even so, it was not to be. Even so, there still may be use from the skills I have spent years honing. Those to whom I may yet deliver from harm.
That's why I suggested looking for employment as a bodyguard in Eorzea. And Gridania seemed a good place to start.
I know you've helped us enough already, but I have a proposal. Would you consider working with us?
Sure. Now hold on, Radovan. That's a rather lot to ask, don't you think?
But little here has what it takes to become a gunbreaker. It seems my gunblade has caught your eye. You may have seen the Garleans wield something similar, but this is a genuine article. The ones used by the Empire are simply edged weapons with a firearm bolted on, or vice versa. While they have their uses, they pale in comparison to those my clan forged for generations. Our gunblades use ethereally imbued cartridges. When you pull the trigger, the powered crystals within ignite, releasing the ether. It sends a powerful shockwave through the blade, increasing its destructive capabilities. The cartridges can even be fired into the air to create defensive barriers.
Perhaps you should save the lectures until you've heard Little's answer.
Yes, first things first, are you so interested? In exchange for assisting us, I will teach you the art of the gunbreaker.
And I was wondering if you might be able to act as a guide. If you'd accept gunblade training as a form of payment, we'd be most grateful. Once the coin starts rolling in, you'll receive your fair share.
You need not answer right away, but please give it some thought.
Answer is yes.
Have you reached a decision?
Yes.
From this day forth, our fates are intertwined. While the path that lies ahead is not an easy one, the spirits of my predecessors will watch over you.
And to begin the journey of what was originally my favorite,
Hank.
Level 60 is what it gives me. Nope. Gotta do that. Gunbreaker gauge. I will work on setting all of this up properly. Off stream. As, you know, it's not going to be the most fun to watch on your guys' end, as I am actively still doing it. Anyways, thank you, Eric, for subbing and hanging out for a bit. That was very appreciative. Same goes for Sloth and Claire. Thank you both for stopping in and hanging out. And Claire, thank you so much for helping me with the trial. You are so appreciated, my friend. Anyways, I will see you guys tomorrow, where we will do some job quests and be prepared for the end of the main MSQ for the expansion. Anyways, thank you guys for hanging out. Have a fantastic night. I'm gonna go have some food, so take care. Love yourselves. If you are new, like and sub. If you're watching this as VOD, like and sub as well. Anyways, take care, and bye-bye.